So you think you don't have a shot with your ex? Well, you do. And here's why my opinion matters more than yours. First of all, you're not some idiot. You've got your life experience, maybe decades of having been through some shit, right? And you have the power of the internet. It's not just you by yourself in your own discretion. It's you plus everything that you could ever research online. And that ain't shabby. But what you can't do is get people right when their breakup is fresh coming to you, telling you everything that's happened over the whole course of the relationship leading into the breakup. Times that by 10 people per day and get this sort of aerial view in what tends to happen in breakups, not just the ones that you've been through or the ones that you can read about in a forum way after the fact or secondhand or whatever, but fresh from the source, 10 people a day-ish. I get to see from the aerial view what happens, not only in the beginning, but all throughout the timeline, because I do follow-up calls with all these people that are going through breakups. And I get to hear from the dumpers as well, and the way that they think about things. And, you know, they feel all this shit too, because a lot of times they try to go back to the person they dumped, and then they're not into it. So I get it from both sides. So whatever discretion and intuition that you have from your life experience or what you can read about on the internet and talk to your friends, times that by like 1,000. And that's the vantage point that I have about your breakup. So why do this video? It's because I'm saying that you have a chance that you don't even recognize. The reason why you don't think that you have a chance is because when your ex is telling you things like I'm done for good or, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, they mean it. And you could see it in their eyes that they are telling you how they feel in that moment. But the moments change, and that's the part that you're missing. You can't conceptualize how much time it's going to take for them to change their feelings. But the funny thing is, guess what? I can, because I know how long it takes on average. So the whole process of, you know, thinking about how to have a chance with your ex again, it starts by understanding their attachment styles. So, for example, I get clients on calls and I hear their story, and I'll kind of like identify what wounds are there and what the conflict pattern is, and then that allows me to figure out what everybody's attachment style is and figure out what the breakdowns are, the communication breakdowns, like why the breakup's happening, et cetera, et cetera. And once we can figure out their attachment style and how long you've been together, we can come up with a time frame to leave them alone for in no contact. And this is the part where they're done for good and you have no chance. But your mind extrapolates that to mean forever. And that's the part that you're way off on. Nobody stays closed off to anybody forever. You can call any of your other exes right now. If they're single, you might have a shot with them too, just to prove the point. So the thing that you're missing is that your ex being done for good really is just this 3 to 6 month period, depending on what you've done and how long you've been together and what their attachment style is. And you can go back in later, and there's a strong chance they might just come to you first if you leave them alone for this stretch of time. Now, if you want my help getting your ex back, click on my profile. There's a link in my profile. When you click that, my calendar comes up. You can set up a call with me, and I'll give you a step-by-step plan, A to Z. There'll be no questions left on the table. You'll know exactly, step by step, how to get your ex back.